Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, man dies after vehicle veers off flat bridge. A man is dead after the vehicle he was driving veered off the flat bridge and plunged into the Rio Cobre in St. Catherine on Sunday night. He has been identified as 65-year-old Noel Patterson. According to the St. Catherine North Police, the incident occurred about 10:50 p.m. CCTV footage shows the white Toyota Hiace motor truck traveling along the bridge to the direction of the north coast when the vehicle veered left before plunging into the river. Police theorize excessive speeding, apparent error of judgment or negligence, and inattention or diverted attention as possible causes of the crash. It is not immediately clear if the deceased was the lone occupant of the vehicle, which remained submerged in the river at least up to 7 a.m. on Monday. Mandeville licensed gun holder accused of murdering two denied bail. Patrick Thompson, the licensed firearm holder who is accused of killing two women and injuring three others in February, was denied bail when he appeared in the Manchester Parish Court on Monday. A bail application for Thompson was made by his attorneys, King's Counsel Peter Champagny and Samoy Campbell, on April 2, after raw CCTV footage of the February 23 incident was made available. However, presiding Judge Monique Harrison denied the application and Thompson was remanded. He is to return to court on July 2. She cited points made by the defense and the prosecution on April 2 in arriving at her decision. After Harrison refused the bail, Champagny quickly informed the court of his intention to appeal the decision in the Supreme Court. On April 2, Champagny told the court that the defense maintains its position that Thompson was attacked and provided a medical document and photographs showing chest injuries to his client following the incident. Champagny also said that of 13 videos, the main clip, which was expected to show how the incident unfolded, was not viewable. Thompson, otherwise called Big T or Tomo, an engineer of Levy Lane in Manchester, is charged with 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, 2 counts of wounding with intent, 2 counts of assault occasioning actual bodily harm, 2 counts of assault at common law, 2 counts of possession of firearm and ammunition with intent to commit injury, and using a firearm to commit a felony following the incident on Levy Lane on Sunday, February 23. Those killed are 42-year-old Stacey Mulgrave of Barnstable District, Manchester, and 46-year-old Anne-Marie Hanson of Caledonia Road, Manchester. A police report said about midnight, Thompson was at a candlelight vigil when he and a man got into an argument over a motor vehicle accident. The argument escalated, attracting a crowd. It is alleged that Thompson, who is a licensed firearm holder, opened gunfire at the crowd, hitting multiple persons before leaving the area. The injured persons were assisted to the hospital, where Mulgrave and Hanson were pronounced dead and the others admitted for treatment. Entertainer said to be owner of vehicle used in kidnapping of 2 women. The news has been informed that the vehicle said to be involved in the kidnapping and robbery of 2 women in Harbourview, St. Andrew on Tuesday is owned by an entertainer. The women were robbed at a gunpoint and later released in Pembroke Hall. On Thursday, the Kingston Central Police, in collaboration with the Police Emergency Control Center, National Strategic Anti-Gang Division, and the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, apprehended the men in the East Parade area of downtown Kingston. The police say the investigation is continuing and they have secured forensic evidence to support the case. Cafe wants reinstallation of single political ombudsman. The absence of public statements or visible enforcement of the political code of conduct by the commissioners of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica is deeply troubling, Daniel Archer, Principal Director of National Integrity Action, has said. Their silence not only erodes public trust and accountability, but also creates a dangerous vacuum in oversight during a critical period of active campaigning the head of the civil society body told the news. At the same time, the nearly 3 decades-old election watchdog, Citizens Action for Free and Fair Elections, is of the view that it is not too late for a reversal of the 2024 legislative amendment to transfer the role of political ombudsman to the 9 commissioners of the ECJ. Grace Baston, chairman of CAFE, said her organization is concerned that the ECJ might be reticent in speaking out on issues where one political party is in violation of the code without being perceived as taking sides in a dispute between prospective candidates. It is problematic, and we couldn't have been louder in our calls for this post to be filled. We need a political ombudsman, especially at this time, and even if it's only during this time of heightened tension, the CAFE boss pointed out. Archer noted that the concerns being raised by one municipality about the erection of political signs when an election has not been called is one example of where the political ombudsman is needed. It is not known if the ECJ has intervened in that matter, but no public statement on the issue had been made up to Friday. The NIA just argued that without the ECJ's intervention, violations of ethical standards risk going unchecked, potentially undermining the integrity of the electoral process and shaking the very foundation of democratic governance. This seeming inaction, said Archer, is not just concerning, but is a pressing issue that demands immediate attention and resolution. Prior to the passing of legislation to bestow on the ECJ commissioners the mandate of political ombudsman, a single person was appointed to carry out those duties. Throughout her tenure, the former political ombudsman, Donna Parchment Brown, often communicated with the public to address concerns that run counter to the political code of conduct. Since the ECJ commissioners have taken on the task of ombudsman, their silence has triggered criticism and increased the concerns from civil society. In an environment where the stakes are high, Baston said a single person carrying out the role of political ombudsman was now needed to temper the rhetoric on the campaign trail and to calm tensions when they arise. The ECJ has a total of 4 political representatives from the 2 major parties. It also comprises 4 independent members as well as the Director of Elections. The ECJ has to remain a fit and a proper organ to carry out its job, and you don't want that compromised in any way, Baston said in a recent interview. She suggested that the ECJ has found itself in a bind where speaking publicly about alleged breaches of the code could perhaps compromise its neutrality. Insisting that the Parliament should take steps to quickly revert to a single referee to adjudicate on alleged breaches of the code, Baston said the absence of that person is detrimental to our progress, and we are beginning to see it. Somebody needs to be named the ombudsman and not that entity. Archer is urging the ECJ to clarify its enforcement strategy for the political code of conduct, actively monitor violations, and ensure transparency to uphold the electoral integrity. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.